this week's question comes from Arushi, and Arushi asks, what do professors think about grades? And I'll be honest, this is something that's all over the place. It really depends on your professor, because there are a lot of different ways they kind of look at it. Like, I've had professors who they looked at grades saying, look, it's a bell curve. So we're gonna have a bell curve grades, and that's how it's gonna be. I know I had an econ course. I had something like an 89 in the class, which usually is like a B+, but because they did the bell curve, it turned into a C+, because everyone had to fit in. So you have to fit into a certain number of students getting each kind of grade. There are professors like that. I'm not like that, but that professor was. I know there's other professors that feel that students have to earn this grade. They should be happy with the C because it means they fought through it. Whereas with other professor thinking, you know, like myself, I'm like, look, if I've taught you well enough, you should get an A in this because I cover the materials you should know. So if you don't get an A, I failed you somehow. And so there is very much a different mentality by professor. And sometimes when you talk to your professors, you'll kind of see how they are with their grading. Like, for example, some professors, you come in, they're like, look, you should do well in this class. This is not a weed out class. This is a class to help you improve your grades and learn some. Those kind of classes, be careful, because those are the classes people think, oh, it's going to be easy, and then they don't study, and then they get a bad grade in an easy class. So do be aware of that, because even professors that want to give out good grades, if you still get a 60%, they still have to give you like a D, okay? And the thing is, then there's classes that they actually warn you, this is a weed out class, this is a very hard class. They're going to be going out to figure out every little thing they can get wrong, or you can get wrong on an exam, on a homework, on anything, okay? When you have grading like that, or professors that do those things, make sure you do every single extra credit thing possible to earn extra points. Also, if they give you a chance to redo a homework assignment, or redo a problem, or redo an essay, do it. Because here's the thing, towards the end of the semester, when you're getting close, you're not sure what kind of grade you're going to get, and you go talk to the professor, if you haven't done all that extra work, they're not going to feel sorry for you. They're not going to say, oh, well, you did this extra work, we can look at things. They're going to see you and say, oh, you didn't do any of the extra credit, you didn't redo any of the homework assignments we had before, I told you this class was hard, you didn't take advantage of that? No, we're not going to do anything for you. Okay, so do be aware of that, that your kind of work ethic during the semester will affect how people perceive you at the end when you're trying to figure out what your grade's going to be, okay? Because professors really do have a totally different mentality in a case-by-case basis when it comes to what they think about grades. So Arushi, I'm really sorry that there's not one way that professors look at grades. There's a lot of different things, and some of it goes by topic that they teach, some of it is just the personality of the professor. There's all kinds of things out there, okay? So for you that are watching this video, what are some of the professors you've had, and how did they look at grading? Was it something like, it's a badge of honor that you passed this class, or everyone should fail my class the first time and then take it a second time? Because I've had professors like that as well. Hell, I had a professor, his whole exams were, well, yeah, the exam's 100% of the grade, and what we're going to do is 50% of the grade is going to be based on what we talked about in class. The other 50% is, what's the next level? Like, what should you know from the second class you take next year before you even take it? What kind of crap is that? I mean, you have professors to do those things. So just be aware and let me know what your experiences have been down in the comments below. And if you have other questions about professor life or college life, put it down there as well, and we'll make new videos to help you know more about college life and professor life. Bye from here in York.